to avoid getting into a relationship with one, because trust you me, you'll thank us later. Welcome, Julius.
Thank you, friend. It's a pleasure being in your studio this morning.
Karibu sana.
Thank you.
Now, it's a strange thing. I've heard that terminology used so many times. Narcissistic. What in the world is it? What is this creature called a narcissistic person?
Well, a narcissistic person is a person who loves himself selfishly.
Loves himself selfishly.
Yes, to an extent that nobody else exists except me. Mm-hmm. Yes, except the person. So, sort of, the world is theirs.
Yes.
Yeah, nobody else exists. Nothing else matters except me.
Yes.
I'm the center of interest.
Yes.
Yes. I'm in the studio acting. I'm in the National Theatre acting. Everybody else must sit down to watch me act.
Yes.
Yes. And
I'm the main character in this.
Yes.
Everybody stand aside until I am done acting. The lights are on me. I am the only person they're supposed to be on. And it doesn't matter what the other characters are doing. Spotlight
Correct.
on me.
Perfect.
Oh my goodness.
From a layman perspective, that's the definition.
Yes.
Yes, and that's the person we are talking about, the narcissist. And
So, yes.
narcissist can be a male or a female.
Yeah.
Yes. Still in the field, the narcissist can be a male or a female, so it does not select the gender. Yes.
So what makes because I believe that aspect of being a narcissist is an outcome of something. There must have been a cause, and this is an effect. What generally causes a person to become so narcissistic, so selfish beyond the healthy selfishness?
Thank you, Fred. Now, this is a personality disorder. Actually, when
It's a disorder.
It's a disorder. It is not in order. It's a personality disorder. We've got about 10 personality disorders. One of them being the narcissistic personality disorder. We've got the histrionic. We've got the dependent personality disorders. There are about 10 of them. And in the diagnostic and statistical manual of mental disorders, personality disorders are part of the parcel of what we are calling mental health in the world today, though few people know about them. And this personality is a makeup. Personality, we define personality as the unique, consistent characteristic of an individual that distinguishes an individual from others. It makes it very unique and singular. And it is an interaction of two aspects. There is the genetic predisposition, which composes of 40%, and then the environmental factors, which composes of 60%.
So genetic in the sense that you can inherit certain traits
from your parents.
Yes.
Yes.
So if my dad was a narcissistic person, chances are 40% I might get that narcissistic tendency within my genes.
Correct.
And then there's 60% environment.
The environment, yes. The environment plays a lot of, it has got a lot of impact on shaping an individual.
Yes.
Yes.
When you talk about an environment, okay, 40%, let's assume I got 40%. What are these factors that are playing within the environment that will cause now the 40% to increase maybe to around 70%? So that I become a narcissistic person. What are these factors within the environment that push me towards that direction?
Thank you very much. Now we are talking about a disorder. Now, some of these factors, we are talking about majorly what will make somebody to look like a hardcore criminal, though we are not talking about criminality, but the behavior tends to go to the side of criminality, though not also important. So it is the negative factors that have been being inputted in this individual, because we are both the product and the producers of our environment. If the environment is unconducive, chances are that you try to develop survival, in quotes, survival tactics to cope with that difficult environment because of the rule of the thumb, survival of the fittest. And whatever now you are interjecting, whatever you are absorbing in, they are negative factors. For instance, if somebody is coming from a very, 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 very abusive environment, chances are in the future you are likely to abuse your partner. Actually, these are the stories we talk about, the domestic violence. They are triggered by some of the things that happen to an individual when they are growing up. So, assuming that the parenting was not well balanced, this individual has gone through so many hardships. They're coming from very poor families. There has been a lot of witchcraft in the family. There has been a lot of abuse that has been taking place, and the mothers were never reported. This child, as they are growing up, they are absorbing all this which is happening in the environment. The laboring, the negative labors, the negative stroke that we are giving as feedback to individual, all these factors are downplaying the outcome. These are all the input you are giving, but to be able to see them in this individual as they grow up. And so you discovered if somebody never experienced love, to them, the vocabulary called love in future
does not exist.
It's a word in the dictionary to make the dictionary to be a big book to be bought, but it does not exist.
They've never experienced it, so they don't know how to respond to it.
How do they express love that they never experienced? So it becomes difficult. And let me say that 40% of the genetic makeup, they are difficult to change. Yes.
The genetic makeup, you have very little you can do about it.
There's little you can do about it, because we say even if you are born with a genetic condition, that one you only need to be taught how to cope with it. What we tamper with is the genetic factors, because we are
genetic factors.
Yes, sorry, it's the environmental factors. Genetic you cannot tamper with.
Yeah, you cannot tamper with that. Yes.
Because in psychology we say you can change genes. That is the dress you are wearing.
Yes.
But you cannot change genes. That is the genetic makeup.
Yes.
You can change genes, but you cannot change genes.
Yes.
That you are born with.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Therefore, what is there that now what needs to be done is to be aware that there is this makeup which is difficult to change, but now that I'm aware, chances are I'll be more regulated. Remember, we don't have the forum to sensitize people to understand there is the genetic makeup and the environmental factors. So even as we talk about rehabilitating a criminal in the prison service, if the Kenya government focus on rehabilitating the genetic makeup, it would be very. They would never. We have this recidivism. These are the jailbirds, people leaving prison, committing crimes and coming back. But if we focus on the 60% environmental factors, chances are we can be able to win the battle. However, because of lack of awareness and lack of awareness campaigns, now I operate on ignorance, thinking that is the normal way of life, and that's how narcissists are born. Now look at the instance. For instance, a man, when you are born in a family which is dysfunctional, you meet your mom who is a terrorist, older than you, therefore she has got the audacity to pinch you, to punch you, even to spit on you. And this dad who also say that at least I'm the run of the tribe of this house. So the child has grown that kind of an environment. That's why many times many men tend to marry very lean, very thin, very slender spouses to revenge all the toxic issues that mom did to them. You never marry a bigger wife because your mom tortured you. So
because you're scared you're going to be tortured in the relationship.
The way your mom tortured you.
So you're saying if your mom was, I mean, she was
neglectful
and a terrorist, for lack
of a better word, yes.
Though me, I supported the caning aspect. That one I supported, because there are some people who would have been, stories will be told differently today if the cane was not used. The cane will not kill. If there was excess use of
The kin.
Of the kin.
The kin was,
at home.
In your case, the case was well used.
Yeah, the kin was well used.
But it become now a violence,
yes,
or an abuse.
Yes.
But now it become excessive, and therefore that standard of regulating.
So let me get this. If your mother was violent towards you and really mistreated you, in most cases end up marrying somebody who's completely opposite your mother.
Yes, and then that is the expectation.
Yes.
That is the expectation. But the truth remains,
yes,
you'll be attracted to the person with the same qualities and the same characters, because yes, what we're looking for is our mother figure in ladies. We are not marrying women because they're supposed to be married. Mm-hmm. We are looking for a mother figure. Mm-hmm. And as we look at the personality, the narcissistic personality, which is the core of now whatever we are talking about, mm-hmm, I want to take you back, mm-hmm, to the story of Adolf Hitler. Mm. Now, Adolf Hitler, remember, according to the Jewish culture, Jews were supposed to marry within the Jewish lineage. Mm-hmm. But then incidentally, Adolf Hitler's father, who was a Jew, he married he was a German. Mm-hmm. He ended up marrying now, who was a Jew, ended up marrying a German lady, which was against their culture. And then after the marriage, and because of this retrogressive culture, they parted ways. Mm-hmm. So therefore, what happened is that now the boy was given to the auntie, who was mentally ill, and she had a hunchback. Mm-hmm. This is the auntie that brought up now Adolf Hitler.
And she was a Jew?
Yes, mm-hmm, the aunt. Now, she's the one who brought up this gentleman. She was schizophrenic. She was a man who she was suffering from schizophrenia, and she had a hunchback. Mm-hmm. This is now the kind of a lady who brought up Adolf Hitler. And Adolf Hitler, because of the strictness of the dad, mm-hmm, the dad kept on telling this boy that I'm going to make a man out of you. Mm-hmm. And it is said that at the age of 7 years, mm-hmm, the dad gave the boy spanking, mm-hmm, to an extent that the child fainted. What? And after fainting, when he gained consciousness out of Hitler, he did not shed a tear, and he looked at the dad and asked the dad, "Daddy, have I become the kind of man you wanted me to be?" Mm-hmm. And now you remember, as the story went later on, how he ended up even killing the 6 million Jews. Yeah. And they ended up exhuming the remains of the dad and the aunt, and they commanded the soldiers to trample on that dust until nothing could have been left. What? And again, also they had to put an encampment. He never believed that the dad it was still dead. Mm-hmm. So before exhuming the remains, he had to ensure he built an army barrack around the graveyard, so that this dad might not rise up and escape. Yes. So, and later on, and it is said that the moment he was christening the 6 million Jews, he was very excited when he was seeing the flames of blood. Mm. So that the environment, and in school there was a lot of beating for Adolf Hitler. Mm-hmm. Because any paper he would fail, the teachers were given permission to beat the child thoroughly, and at home the same. And that's why when he rose to power, actually the first thing he did, he ended up banning all the libraries, so that without the books, no torture of students with the homeworks. He ended up ensuring that anybody with disability is killed. He ended up ensuring that even the teachers were punished severely, because these are the people who are causing torture in his life. Yes. And they ended up becoming one of the worst leaders ever. So upbringing of the child can make somebody. Actually, Hitler is one of the people, one of the Nazis we are talking about. Very dangerous man. So their upbringing has got a lot to do with the way they shape a human being to be. Now,
let me ask you, what are the signs, what are the symptoms, if we can use that terminology? What are those things that I look out for take for instance, I'm not married and I was seeking to marry somebody, and what are those symptoms I would look out for to know whether this is a narcissistic person or she okay?
Well, in the matters of relationship, it's a bit tricky because everybody comes with the pretense.
Let's assume there's no pretense. I'm just okay. We come the way we are. We are naked without being ashamed. Yes.
Now, one of the aspect is to look at whether this individual, there are these kind of individuals who want to get all the attention ever, maximum attention. Yes. Then number two, being suspicious of the other partner. Number three, everything should rotate around the individual. Number four, there is issue about excessive cleanliness. Number five,
excessive cleanliness.
Yes.
Let's go through that again. Number one, they are suspicious of the
other partner.
Yes.
Yes.
They're excessively clean.
Yes.
And then
they want all attention.
Attention
they're seekers.
Yes.
And they risk issues even where there are no issues. They just want to create a mountain out of the molehill. Then this kind of individuals, they tend also to be workaholics, and they tend also to pamper the other partner.
They pamper.
They pamper you a lot. And narcissists will really pamper you.
Oh, really?
In the name of, in a way of deceiving you. They will pamper you a lot to an extent that now you forget yourself.
Yes.
Yes. They will spoil you. They will spoil you. They spoil you. You want money, they will give you money.
Yes.
You want to be taken out, they will take you out.
Yes.
So they will really spoil you.
Yes.
And that's where the trap is.
Yes.
Yes. They appear to be too good to a debt that even your debts, they are going to clear your debts, but it's a snare.
What?
It's a snare. When the true character come out,
yes,
you'll not like it.
Yes.
So they behave like that, and many times you discover that most of them, they want to be somehow worshipped, to be adored. And you discover that also this kind of an individual sometimes is the kind of a person who sometimes will even block you from accessing. Right now we're talking about in the era of mobile phones.
Yes.
They'll block you without your consent. And
they'll block you from
accessing them. And the moment they appear,
yes,
in fact, they will blame you for not accessing them. It is you block them.
That is the most weird.
Yeah, they'll turn them blame to you. They always ensure that the other partner is guilty. They'll ensure, yes.
They create an environment that the other partner constantly feels guilty.
Yes. And
that's
they also
very toxic environment.
Then they set up standard, what we call the conditions of worth, that even they themselves are not able to maintain. Very high standards, and they wanted to live to that standard.
But they themselves are unable to.
Exactly. And those standards, they are also meant to deprive you of any resources to meet the standards, so that now, when you're not able to meet a certain standard that has been set, because your resources have been depleted, what do? You start now depending on them. So they ensure the other partner is purely dependent on them for attention. They are the people who are already the decision makers. Your ideas not hold water. Everything should rotate around them. So they appear like exalted beings.
Yes.
And they feel very happy when now you start giving them the names of daddy, mommy, those kind of statements. And surely they have become daddy and mom because they are supplying everything to you. So they have got a tendency to reduce you to whereby you look purely independent, like a child depending on the parents for support. And this is not a relative, this is not your relative. It's a human being you've met with in the environment. So those are some of the characteristics to check, and therefore because of this they are pampered you. Nobody else exists except me. And that's what you also be telling people. If they make a call, they expect you within the next before the ring. Yes, you must be
it up.
Yes, and the spot why you've delayed for the last few seconds. Why are you not picking the phone? If the person gets married, after every 5 minutes they are checking on you, and if you don't respond,
that's horrible.
Yes. Yes.
Out major. That's crazy.
Yes, they keep on waiting you, and they can even use some people to stalk you.
What?
Yes, stalkers. People can be able to stalk the individual. So those are some of the things, but you are not aware. As people are stalking on you, you are not aware that somebody is trying to track you and give them information. So they have informants all over, especially when they get married. So these are some of the factors somebody should consider. So in the name of thinking that you got the best person, if it's a lady with a man, yeah, and remember this individual is workaholic.
Yes.
Therefore, they're able to work during the day and at night, and you yourself, if you don't have that level of resilience, definitely you start getting mental breakdown because you're always tired. And
now, this is a crazy individual, because I'm looking at this situation whereby somebody is sending people to stalk me, somebody is giving you everything you need, but at the same time they want you, as in you're supposed to worship them the same way you worship God. This is the most draining kind of personality you can get involved with.
True. Incidentally, they not even allow you to go to worship that God you are talking about.
Sorry?
They will not allow you to go to worship the God you are talking about.
They will not allow you to go to
now, they are the center of interest.
Yes.
And many times they will not allow you to support them. Financially, they will not.
They will not allow you to support them.
No.
What if
you have to depend on them. You have to depend on them. They are the custodian of money, not you. You have to depend on them.
What if they don't have a job and they're as broke as, not a church mouse, because there are no mouses in church. They are as broke as a broken reed.
Correct.
Yes.
Now, in that case, this personality now they engage now in violent behaviors
when they are unable to get you dependent on them.
Yes. Now they create now intimidation. They become very aggressive and very, very, very violent to an extent that they make you very subservient. So they anakunyamazisha kabisa. Yes, they make you subservient. Therefore, you got no bargaining power. And everything will still rotate around them. Yes, they will not permit you. That permission you're looking for now, you will not get it. No.
Oh my God.
You have to stay there. And if you go courtesy of their permission. Yes, so they have created fear in the other partner to an extent that now the other partner is hopeless and helpless. And because of that kind of a state now, this now starts causing now mental challenges to the other party. And you are left in a state whereby, when you allow me to give this example, though it might not be very, very, very good. In the disciplinary service, recruits, they are exposed to such difficult paramilitary training to an extent that first and foremost they are engaged in very, very serious physical activities that make the body very fatigued. Then they are deprived of sleep. And because of the deprivation of sleep, when somebody sleep is a basic need. When somebody is deprived of sleep, you can twist them, you can toy them the way you want. That's why there is this kind of everything is about Hafande.
Yes.
Everything is about the yes sir, everything is about yes madam, because we have deprived you the survival factors. Sleep. We've given you, we have trained your body. The body is exhausted. There's no rest. Rest is a basic need. There's no rest here. There's no space for you to be free. So you have to purely depend on the command. So that's why a soldier end up being a very, very different. Your brother who joined the discipline service end up becoming a very, very different brother from the brother you knew. Sometimes he'll be when you are just carelessly relating with him, and their boss are passing by, he is behaving in a way you are wondering whether we take your brother to Madare Hospital or not, because he has been put in a conditioned system. And in that conditioned system, the brain is operating at the autopilot. Things are happening without your input, without your mental input. Things are happening the way they are happening.
It's like programs have been put into him. So these programs are operating whether he's conscious or not conscious.
You have been timetabled instead of you timetabling. And that's exactly what a narcissist does. They timetable you. So your life is timetabled. You don't timetable yourself. So they are the timetable. And because they are the timetable, you know, a timetable is something that learn simultaneously. That's why in the government to talk about the protocols, because everything must go simultaneously. So you develop a routine way of behaving because of the force behind it. Is that even over the weekend you cannot go to rest. You are programmed that even on Sundays, full day you are working and you cannot complain. Whom are you going to complain to?
Yes.
Yes, the authority has said. So that is how narcissists normally tend to operate. So the other partner becomes so desperate that they have to purely depend on the suggestion of the other party, and you feel guilty when you don't follow the ideas and the suggestion and the instruction of the other partner. That's the narcissist personality we are talking about. Yes.
Wow. And so if you find yourself in a relationship with this person, well, how are you going, what are you supposed to do? Because as we speak right now, probably somebody has ticked all the things that we've said concerning their partner, and they're married. So you're in a relationship, you're married, and that's the person you're married to. So how are you supposed to do, because so that you don't become a victim?
Thank you. Now, you cannot fail to become a victim and in the relationship, because in marriage context, you're not supposed to bring yourself 50%. Because if you bring yourself in marriage 50%, the other 50% deficiency is the cause of dysfunctionalities. You're supposed to bring yourself 100% in marriage, and the other partner 100%. But the narcissist will do the opposite. You come in 100%, the narcissist will do the opposite.
He'll give 50.
And therefore there is deficiency. And these gaps now, remember, nature does not happen upon a vacuum. Therefore, these deficiencies, it is the partner who is expected to bridge the gaps, which are very, 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 very difficult. Then, the tricky bit about the narcissist is that now that you've come in,
yes,
there is the way they will always trigger opportunities to hurt the other partner.
And you're constantly looking for opportunities to hurt the other person. That's evil.
One of the easiest way they do is that now they will pamper the parents, assuming it's me, the man, and I'm the narcissist. I will ensure I buy, in quotes, the mind of my in-laws.
Yes.
So that I torture their daughter. How? I will pamper even the in-laws.
Yes.
I'll do for them the shopping. I'll buy for them even a vehicle, and ensure my wife cannot even give a call to the mom or the dad. That's a narcissist. They want to really micromanage the life of the other person completely. Then, in case of a fight in the house, you're not supposed to report. And this whereby now the behavior of a narcissist is like a serial killer, because they can come and chop off the finger of the wife. They take the wife to the hospital for the finger to be stitched, and she's not permitted to communicate to the parents. If she communicates on top of the finger that she's healing, there will be a lot of beating in the house. Yes, that's how they do it. They will hurt you, and they give you a ticket to go to Dubai for the next 1 month. Yes. So that's kind of relationship we're talking about.
Is it to stay away or to...
And in Dubai, it's a way of trying now to
bribe you back.
To apologize, in quotes, to bribe you for their loyalty. They will really apologize to you that they are sorry for this. It was a mistake. It is you who brought the provocation to me, and they take you out of the
camp. It is you who caused me to do it.
Yes, it is you who made me to do that. I didn't intend. So that's how they behave. And that's why many people have met themselves in that kind of a trap. So in this kind of a situation, when you meet yourself in that kind of a situation, instead of retaliation, the way out first and foremost is probably to get in touch with today we have got services.
Yes.
If you can get in touch with a counselor, a psychologist, or a medic, and today's psychologists are also in the hospital settings.
Yes.
That would be very good. But the best way is to report to agencies that are able to help somebody to move from an abusive relationship to a safe and create for this individual safety spaces for somebody to heal first of all before now they are around to go probably back to their parents or to start a new life afresh. So counseling will be very, 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 very important for this individual. But now again, without the awareness, like the awareness now we are doing here, people will not know. They'll be asking you now, what do you want me to do?
Yes.
If you are yourself, what will you do? They'll be left that kind of a state of learned helplessness.
Yes.
So the way out is to sensitize people, to shout for the and get in touch with the to get the help.
Yes.
Within the government agencies, the private agencies,
yes.
And these days the 999 line works very well.
Oh, it does.
It does. Initially, it was difficult to go through. These days, it works.
Let me. I always like. You call it the OPIC.
Yes, the OPIC. These days, the number is very functional, unlike before.
Yes.
So safe spaces are supposed to be. Yes,
it's busy.
Yes, safe spaces are supposed to be created for these people. Number two, we need to have rescue centers for these individuals who are undergoing this kind of abusive relationship in the hands of a narcissist. Because this narcissist, you leave in the house in the morning and they climb battery to see how many people you're stopping on the way to greet, and whether you're living with the opposite partner. They are very jealous. They don't want even another child to be born unless the attention gets divided.
That's literally now sickness. You're a sick person.
Yes.
But can a narcissist be able to change themselves?
If they've got the willpower, they will change. But many times they don't even take themselves to the hospital. These are the kind of, incidentally, even identifying a narcissist at the place of work. Even when they are on medication, they are still reporting the place of work because they are workaholics. They wonder why you are saying that you are stuck in the traffic jam. Why? Because to them, they leave the house at 3 a.m. By 4, 5, they're in the office. And yes, so they sleep for about 2 hours. And they are fresh. Again, it's the other personalities. So to them, they left the office at 2 a.m. There was no traffic jam. They are leaving at 4 or 5 in the morning. 4 in the morning. There is no traffic jam on the road. Then you are telling them that you are reported the place of work late. They don't understand. They don't understand why you should go for leave. If they are employers, yes. They don't understand why you should go for leave. Yes. They don't understand this excuse of you cannot work on a Sunday. They cannot understand why you should do work without being supervised. They will give you a job and they still want to supervise you as you do the work. These individuals, they want to ensure that at least when they are working and you finish your bit, you don't go to rest. You are there to stand with them at the gap as they finish their assignment, which is excess. So they have really made you a slave. Actually, the element of slavery comes there. There's no submission here. It's about enslavement. You'll be sleeping in the office waiting for your partner to finish their job. So seeking for counseling services is very important. Yes. Seeking for being rescued is very important for this kind of a relationship. And when you get rescued, never apologize, never return back to this kind of a person, because chances are they can eliminate you very fast. Sometimes you make decisions concerning especially if it's a man, the decision, if the lady is getting children against their wish, they will end up organizing with the hospital facility so that the uterus is removed without their consent.
What?
They will go for triple ligation with yes.
What?
Yes, they don't want those kind of responsibilities. And sometimes if they are women, if they are men, they end up becoming womanizers as a way of showing you that you are not oxygen to me.
Yes.
You are not oxygen to me. And therefore, the whole interest is on them. You need to be talking about them. You need to be even giving them titles that they don't deserve. So they are like idols. They become idols to be worshipped. And therefore, when you're not worshiping them, you are not afraid. Then they have got the tendency to attract somebody to them. After they have used you, they dump you. Get another person, they bond with the individual. After using this particular person, they dump. Those are the narcissistic personalities we are talking about. And they are never apologetic, they are never guilty, they are never ashamed. When you think that they have embarrassed themselves, they come and talk very well as if nothing has happened. That is a personality disorder we are talking about.
All right. Now we got to bring the curtains down on this show. Thank you very much, Julius. We'll definitely look at how we can continue this in the new year. See how we can prepare people to face whatever challenges will be coming in the new year. 2025 will be coming, and you know, just getting people's mind set on no matter what comes, I'm not going to be a victim. I will present myself as a victor. So thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, Fred.
All right. Okay, bring down the curtains on the show. Please, if you come across one, run, baby, run. Alice, unasikia? Tell your friends. Come across narcissistic people, run. Run, 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 run. Because this is a problem. So if you want, you can watch the interview fresh on Facebook and YouTube, our YouTube pages on EBN TV. You can basically go, just pick what our counseling psychologist Julius Getari has said. And if you'd like to have sessions also, you'd like to have, help from him, call our number and I'll connect you to him so that you can get help. So with that, do have yourself a lovely morning.